Hello, I'm Jerry Ford. I'm going to review another coffee. This is Melitta European Indulgence. This is the medium roast. Make sure that's not in the way. So, let's see. These are coffee pods, is what it says. It says works in all Cincio and Hamilton Beach pod coffee makers. I don't have one of those, so so I have to use my regular coffee pot. So what I do, like these are the pods they're talking about. I know there's sometimes they're talking, you'd think that they're talking about these type of pods, but there was 18 of these little pad pod things in there. So I guess the machine is like a little cup thing. I haven't looked it up. And you put it in there and it just provides its own filter. It's kind of like what you see in like hotels, motels, that kind of thing. But it says the flavor of Europe in every cup. True to our European heritage, we select only premium coffees from the finest coffee-producing regions around the world. These quality beans are then batch roasted and ground extra fine to release the full elegance of the coffee. The result, an exceptional flavor that is always rich and never bitter. That's interesting. Okay, so what I did was, so you can customize the strength of your coffee. So you can put a certain amount of pods to make it stronger if you want, is what I'm understanding here. Number of coffee pods to get mild with 8 ounces to 10 ounces of water, 1 to 2 pods. For, let's see, for regular, 1 to 2 pods to 6 ounces to 8 ounces, so less water, more pods. And then for strong, 1 to 2 pods, 4 ounces to 6 ounces of water. So, let's see. Ingredients: ground coffee, coffee roasted and packed in the USA. All right, so I just cut open this little pod, and I put it in a regular coffee filter with enough water for my glass, about somewhere around there, like a regular cup of coffee. So let's just see how this works. So it's a nice dark color. I guess I should have did the ounceage. I didn't see that part actually. So it's a nice dark color in there. Smells good. I mean, it has a light bitter on the aroma, nice ground coffee aroma up front there. Yeah, it has a medium roast aroma. All right, let's see what we got here on the taste of this. It's pretty smooth, yeah. There's a light bitter on the back end. Roastiness. Yeah, it's not a bad tasting coffee. I mean, it has a nice roasty, smooth roasty taste to it, but it has some bitterness on the back end there. So I'm gonna do like I always do. Let's just see about yeah, it's not a bad tasting coffee, really. Coffee fans are really gonna like this stuff if they haven't already had it. Of course, I didn't make it you know, the way you're supposed to. Um, I'm gonna try my regular creamer in there, like I always do. I like to try it first, see what it does to it. This creamer doesn't ever provide like really a sweetness. All it does is kind of give it a lactose kind of taste. So it usually doesn't satisfy me in that way. If it did have a light creaminess, I mean a light sweetness, I probably would accept the regular creamer rather than going to my flavored creamer, which is this caramel macchiato that I've been using. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, actually, this coffee didn't, didn't allow for the regular creamer to have much of a lactose taste. It just kind of gave it a kind of a milky, creamy kind of taste. Not too bad, but like I said, it doesn't provide any sweetness, so I always like to get a little sweetness with my coffee, but like I always say, I don't want to mask the coffee flavor, so I try to be careful about how much I add. This is an even teaspoon. Let's see if that does it. I think that'll do it. Wow, that right there is perfect. An even teaspoon of your flavored creamer with a coffee like this. That for me is perfect. It gives you a caramel macchiato taste, and you still get the coffee taste. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. So there you go. That was with one pod, and with that one pod and that amount of water I had is probably about a little over 4 ounces, maybe close to 6 of water in there. That was perfect for this. So if you have that situation where you have to do it like I did it with the regular coffee maker, I just put one of my regular coffee maker filters in there and then cut this little pod open and did that. I was afraid to just leave it in the pod and just throw it into the coffee maker without a regular coffee filter in there, because it's hitting the plastic, and I don't know if it's soaking into that little pod enough to make the coffee. I'm afraid it's going to go. Maybe it's going to get on the pod, but it's going to go around it too and go out through the little drain deal into the thing. And I don't know if it would actually soak in the coffee as much as if I cut it and put it loose, grounded loose into the filter. So that's the way I did it. I don't know about putting a coffee filter in there and then putting the pad. I always want to call it a pad. Put a little pod. It doesn't look like a pod to me. I mean, I guess it'd be one definition for it. And then just putting the pod inside the filter. I still don't know if it would soak up into the paper filter around it and not hit it. So I just think it just worked better that you cut it open and then pour it out into the coffee filter like you would regular coffee. That's just my recommendation, in my opinion, on how it would probably best work. If you have one of these machines they're talking about, kudos to you, because it sounds like an expensive little deal. And it sounds like it may be, maybe a UK thing, or a Europe, just a Europe type machine that they use these type of things more over there, maybe. I don't know for sure. If you guys know of that information, let me know, because I'm kind of curious without me Googling it anyway. But yeah, it's pretty good. This wasn't that expensive. It's like $4.80 maybe for these 18 coffee pads. and all you need is one. So there's 18 cups of coffee, and 6 ounces of water. It's pretty good, pretty good, and it's a good tasting coffee too. Yeah, I like it. Okay, well, I'm going to end it there, and I thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. This was Melitta, if I'm pronouncing it right. European Indulgence medium roast coffee. All right. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We will see you on the next one.